Hi, it's Tracy from Two Rocks Tarot with a spirit message, my very first one for 2020. I haven't felt called to do a spirit message yet, as of yet, but the last few days I have, as you all know, I do read with the Oracle of Visions deck, and I've actually taken a leaf out of Shamanic Arawak Priestess's deck, and I have dedicated this deck just to doing spirit messages because I don't use it for anything else. So she actually dedicates a lot of her decks to different spirits, and so I thought I would do the same thing. This is actually the second time I'm doing this video because the first time I done it I forgot to put the microphone on. I can't believe it. So but anyway, it's still all fresh in my mind. So how this message actually came about is for the last probably 2 weeks or so I had this inkling that a spirit wanted to come through and do a message. But it was very fluttery and very not strong. Usually when I have a spirit coming forward that wants to get a message across, I cannot get that Oracle of Visions deck out of my mind. But with this one, it was very fleeting every now and again. So I saw on, actually, and I have to get the spread out now, on Biddy Tarot actually had a spread for a daily intention tarot spread. Now, I don't do daily readings. I haven't done so for many, many years. But this one I thought was quite good. It's the first position is, what do I need to know today? The second one is, what do I need to do today? And the third one is, what do I need to release today? So I thought I would give it a go. And this is the second time I've done it today. And the first card that I got was the beautiful Queen of Swords. And so this was a decision, what do I need to know today? And when I looked at that, I was, because we all know that, you know, that crows can be harbingers of death. And I thought that I need to actually, because I'm really attracted to the mask, and I thought I need to bring messages across. I need to step out from what my reluctance to be of doing a read. I don't know why. I just really haven't felt like it. I think it's really got to do with everything that's been happening around the world with the V word. I just really haven't been called to do it. But so that's what the message I got for that. I need to come out, and I need to, because to me it almost looks like she's listening to Bird, listening to the mask. I need to listen to the voices that are telling me to do when a message wants to come across. And then the second one was, what do I need to do today? And this is the Ace of Cups, and straight away, you know, it's sitting in a skull and it's singing, it's speaking. So I thought, right, okay, I need to do this message today. And then the third one is, what do I need to release? And I actually got the 8 of Cups. And I was very attracted to the young girl there with a hat on her head. And I do feel that this spirit that has come through is a young girl who wore lots of flamboyant hats, probably even a witch's hat like this. I feel that she's passed from cancer and that she was about in the teens. And I also feel that she probably had it when she was a lot younger and went into remission, but then it come back. So that's what I got out of that. And the 8 of Cups is, what do I need to release? I need to release the reluctance of me doing these messages again. And I also need I need to bring peace to the spirits who want to bring a message across. That's what I need to release. I need to release their love to their loved ones. So I thought that was really beautiful. And then I pulled another 2 cards about, so, you know, asking again, should I do one? And then I got the Fool, which is a beautiful ferret. It's got a lot of moths around it. And I'm thinking, I'm being foolish not doing it. I should just do it. but I needed a break as well. So this is going to be a fresh start, even though it's starting in May. And it's interesting because on the 30th of April here in Australia is when Samhain falls on the southern hemisphere of the wheel of the year, I should say. So it's kind of interesting that I was really pulled to do it now. And then, of course, I got the World, and of course, I'm bringing messages across from the other side from the other world, from the veil on the other side. And there's another bird there, and I feel like that's me listening to what's being saying on the other side and bringing them forth. So I thought I would share that because it was quite interesting how it came about of just doing a daily reading, which I haven't done for so many years, but I think I'm actually going to do this one. I've been actually enjoying it. So I've already shuffled the card, and the card that came out was this one here. And straight away I was pulled to the moths, as you can see, fluttering around there, around the lamp. And I feel like that that she loved moths. She really, really did. And she used to call them the bees of the night. She loved the fluffiness of them, the wings, the colours. She just loved moths. She really, really did. So I'm going to turn around this card and I'm going to look at it, but I'm going to take a photo of it and I'm going to put it up on the screen so you can actually see instead of me keep turning around and pointing things out. So there's also, as you can see, there looks to be a red bird, which I feel is a cardinal. And so I do feel like that, they are often messages from spirit. Now the Venus flies that she's standing in the middle, I feel like that she felt a little bit trapped by her parents' love. They just loved her so much. They wanted her to hide things from her. So she wished that they had been a little bit more open about it with her illness. They wanted to hide it because they didn't want to scare her. They didn't want to frighten her. But she actually felt a little bit more frightened by not what was going on. And they wanted to, they just wanted to hide it from her. And that's just a parent's love. You don't want your kids to go through things like this. So they just wanted to actually hide the severity of her illness from her. And I'm very pulled to the veil, and that's what she felt like, that literally was when she was dying, when she realised how sick she was, and she wished that they didn't try to pull the wool over her eyes, because she would have done things a little bit different, probably expressed herself a little bit more and that sort of thing. And as you can see, this lady has got a beautiful red turban on her head as well. So I do feel like, there's the hat aspect again that she did like to wear when she lost her hair, wear some beautiful turbans and all that. As for her hair, I feel like it was the colour of this. I feel like she had beautiful, that type of colour hair, very autumn-like, and that she had a beautiful smile, probably green eyes, but sometimes they look dark. So maybe when she was upset, her eyes used to darken. I don't know. I feel like she had a favourite jumper that she used to wear. She had like a rusty coloured jumper, probably similar to the colour of the book that I just showed, and it had a polar neck. And funny enough, I've got a jumper on today because it's quite cold. It's only 7 o'clock in the morning here. But my stepdaughter passed on some of her clothes to me, and one of them was a jumper, a polar neck jumper, and I was going to actually wear that, but I thought I'll probably get too hot, being menopause, with the hot flushes and that I don't really like anything on my neck. But I nearly wore that jumper, so I feel like she had a jumper that was a polar neck, or at least wore scarves around her neck or something. But I feel more that like it was a favourite jumper that she used to wear. I'm also attracted to what looks like to be a chrysanthemum that this lady is, the lady's holding in her hands, and I feel like that. All right, okay, hang on a sec. I feel like that I feel like that her grandmother may have had these. No, dahlias. I think they're called dahlias. So I think not a chrysanthemum, it's a dahlia. And she used to have lots of these in her garden, and she absolutely loved them. And I think that this young girl loved them as well. And she used to spend time in the garden with her grandmother, and they used to pick them and put them in vases and, just do that type of thing as well. And there was lots of oranges in there, much like this colour of this one here. And I'm also attracted to the actual light now itself. And I think there was a fear. I think the biggest fear of her parents when they lost her was that she would not feel their love for her anymore. And she wants to assure them that when she passed, she rode on a rainbow of their love towards their light. And I see a pair of arms. I think it's her grandmother's arms. Had quite big knuckles from the arthritis. Wore black because I see black sleeves. I see arms reaching out, and she went on the rainbow of her parents' love straight into the arms of her grandmother. So she wants you to know that she is with her grandmother, and they are in a garden on the other side with full of dahlias is what I'm getting. So yes, that's the biggest message she wanted to get across, is that she feels their love still, and that's how she passed easily into her grandmother's arms, because she literally rode on a rainbow of their love. Now this is really weird too. Now I know they've been doing rainbows, the Kids for Hope, because of the you know, the V word that is going around. And rainbows are different for me, because when I did my did a spirit message back in, I think it might have been this time last year now, August last year, a rainbow was a very prominent message in this particular reading. And every time I see a rainbow now, I think of I think of the lady that I did a reading for, because we've become friends, you know, outside of YouTube. So yeah, all the time I see a rainbow and I think of her and I think of her mother. And I've been seeing a lot of rainbows again. But now I know what it is, because this has been weeks. Now, mind you, this spirit was very much like a moth, very fluttery, you know, only came every now and again. So as we know, moths are more of a night creatures, but every now and again she would come in and then go away again. So it wasn't anything tangible. Like I said, when I see this deck, I can't stop thinking about it. It was only every now and again, so I wasn't really sure. But now I've just realized, with all the rainbows that I've been seeing, this is her again, because this is her telling me that she literally rode on a rainbow of her parents' love straight into the loving arms of her grandmother. So she wants them to know that their beacon of love still shines brightly in her heart on the other side. She feels their love all the time, all the time. So she really, really wanted to get that message. So that's, I knew there was a message from these rainbows, but I couldn't figure out what it was. And the funny thing is, I've been having I follow Elizabeth Harper. She does angel readings and she does crystal readings, much like myself. And one last week or the week before's message had a rainbow in it for me as well. I've been very attracted to them, and this is what it is. This was this spirit, because she's very, very shy. She felt like she never liked making a fuss. Do you know what I mean? She felt like that she was it was too much trouble of her to ask me to get this message. She didn't want to put me out. Do you know what I mean? So that's why I kept getting the rainbow messages. I couldn't think why, you know. That's what it was. That's what it was. That's what she wants you to know. I'll see if I can get anything else. I don't know why but frill-necked lizard come to my mind, and I think it's because of the frilly like thing around her neck. So I don't know if she liked frill-necked lizards as well. I really, really don't. And of course there's lots of birds as well, so I think she really liked birds as well. I think she loved birds. I don't know if she had a budgie or anything like that at one stage, but I think I can hear the birds singing on the other side is the message I just got now. So I don't know if she loved to listen to birds singing or anything like that, but I do get birds as well. I'm also attracted to the dragonfly in this particular card. There's there's a couple now, so I don't know if she had a pair of earrings, a necklace, or perhaps even her grandmother had a brooch of a dragonfly, but I feel like dragonfly is something else. I feel like that she's literally hugging me from behind. You know how when you stand behind someone, put your arms around them? That's how I feel. I feel like she's got a hand on my arm, on my right arm. And I feel like, even I can feel like hair tickling me. So maybe she wants them to know that her hair is back, because because as you know, I haven't got long hair. Although mind you, this is really long for me and I can't wait till my hairdresser opens again. So I don't know if that's, but I feel all sort of ticklish kind of thing. So yeah, that's kind of weird. Let's see if I can see anything else. Now, on the light pole, underneath, I don't know if you can see, but it almost looks like a pair of butterfly wings as well. I feel like that she sends you butterflies as well, to let you know that she's okay. So whether you are sitting outside and a butterfly lands on you, or you're looking out the window and you can see one land on a flower or something like that, I think that's a message from her as well, letting you know that she's there and she's loving and she loves you. Even though she's transformed onto the other side, she's very, very much with you. She really, really is. So, you know, I'm just seeing if I can see anything else. I'm very attracted to the lady's hand. So I don't know if she had long fingers. To me, it looks like it's got long fingers. I don't know if she played the piano or anything, but I noticed on this this music piece that I chose just on the introduction video that it was a beautiful piano piece there. And when I play it, it's actually called Autumn Leaves. So I feel like she had that autumn tide covering, but maybe autumn was her actual favourite season. She used to love seeing the leaves turn red and everything like that. I'm still really attracted to the light pole. So I'm wondering if these parents were, if they only had their daughter, because there's three there. There's three lights there, and one light, you know, is quite behind the lady, and you can't quite see it because she's gone now. Even though, and the light looks to be a little bit dimmer. So even though you can't physically hold her, see her, talk to her, and tell her that you love her. Because you know the light to me looks like it's almost going out, and that represents you know her death. But because your lights, because the other two lights are really, really bright, your two lights and your love for her really fills her up with love and light on the other side. So I feel like there was only the three of you. So of course this loss was, you know, I mean, any loss of a child is terrible, but when you've only got the one, I could imagine it would hit you even more harder, because you've just got this, you know, you just had this one beautiful child in your life, and then you've lost them. It's a heartache that no parent should feel. No parent should have to bury their children. They really shouldn't. So, but that's what I feel, is that your love for her shines brightly on the other side. That's why I'm attracted to the lights, because it's very, very, because even, you know, how one side is dark, so that, you know, it lights up the other side. Your love lights up on the other side. She feels it, she hears it, she knows when you talk, you know, talk to her. She can actually hear you talk. You know, people may find it or feel a bit silly doing that, but talk to her. You can talk to her anytime. No, that's it. So that's all I'm getting from this particular reading. So I really, truly, truly hope that this message reaches these beautiful, wonderful parents of hers. I truly, truly do. I just got the name Annabelle. I don't know if that means anything to anybody out there, but that just come through. Because sometimes when you do a spirit message, even though I'm really connected to the one spirit, sometimes other spirits can come through, and so you might get something different. You might think that this reminds you of somebody else, and that's because I think a few come through at the same time so they can get a message across, because there's not many people who, I suppose, do this type of thing that I do. I mean, there is, but do you know what I mean? Like, I suppose if you're on the other side in the spirit world, it's hard to, you know, to find out of all the billions of people on earth someone who can bring a message across that you really want to get across. So I think sometimes a few come through. I feel like it's just the one young girl, but maybe it's not. So some of you might be getting a different type of message. There might be something like that name Annabelle, that just might, you know, it might not be her name, it might be somebody else's name, but you know that is for you, and that they're okay, even though I just said that name. That's for you to know that they are okay. So I just wanted to get that across, because I don't think I've ever explained that before, but yeah, I do feel like that, because I've had that in comments on my videos and so forth, that sometimes they feel like that it's, you know, it might be their grandfather or their grandmother or something like that, and I do feel it's all of them. They've all sort of come together to, you know, to give you a message. So because now I'm thinking, you know, how I said before about the butterfly, that they look like butterfly wings on here. Now I got a message that there is a butterfly on a gravestone. They've put a butterfly on, so some person loved. So I don't know if this is this young lady or somebody else, but I just a round oval one and a butterfly on the left hand side that's been engraved into it. I get that too, just sitting above the name of the, you know, the inscription, because I can't see the inscription. So yeah, so I just thought I would mention that as well. So I truly hope this message goes out. This young lady loved you both dearly, 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 and your love still uplifts her and supports her on the other side. She feels it all the time. She is safe in the loving arms of her grandmother, and yeah, that's it for this year's spirit message. So if this one was for you, just if you can email me privately if you don't want to say anything in the comments below. But I'm more than happy to try and answer any questions that you may have. And, you know, but if you are happy to leave a comment below, please do so to let me know that this has resonated with you, this has reached you, because this is the whole reason I do these spirit messages. I really, really want them to reach the people that they're meant for. And, you know, when you don't get any feedback or anything like that, it's hard to know if they're reaching the right people, sort of thing. So I truly do hope that it does. And if you're out there listening to this and you're thinking that this reminds you of somebody that you know, well then forward them this video so they can watch it for themselves and see if it is meant for, indeed if it is meant for them, because sometimes other people will watch it, because the subscriber, the one who's become a good friend now, the spirit message that I did, I don't think she even had a YouTube channel then. But she was on Google. It just suddenly popped up, and she decided to watch it, and that was an amazing message for her. So these things happen when spirit wants to connect with you. They will. They really, really will. You've just got to think outside the square when it comes to that. So anyway, until next time, this is Tracy. Please press like and subscribe and hit that notification button, and I'll see you all again.